Hello everyone and welcome to another Bass Singer First Time Reaction and Analysis. My name is Peter Barber. I am primarily a professional opera singer, music producer, and of course a bass vocalist with my boy Tim Faust here. We're coming back to home free after a pretty long hiatus. I think my last video was Man of Constant Sorrow. So we're back with some home free. I feel like I just needed some acapella in my life. So we're about to do that. Guys, please throw a thumbs up on the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please leave a comment for the algorithm. And lastly, please check out my Patreon if you feel like I'm enhancing your listening experience, if I am bringing things to light that are making your enjoyment of music go up. Consider joining my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Link is in the description below. That's it, guys. That's all there is. So let's dive in. Home free, understand. Know nothing about this song. All I see is that it was a Top Gun themed thumbnail. That's all I know. Saw the original Top Gun a while ago. I don't know if this song was in it. I don't know if this song is in the new Top Gun, which I really need to see. But it's home free. It's going to be great. Let's break it down. I will be pausing. If you guys haven't been here before, analysis in all caps in the title. I will be pausing and talking a lot about vocal technique and some other musical Easter eggs as well. Let's do it. So we're in E major here. Tim nicely highlighting that bass line there, only going down to an E2, and we got some ho 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 kind of in the background going on. I don't know whose voice that was. Let's see if we can narrow it down. And then we also have just the other voices just kind of sustaining harmonies. So we get like, I talk a lot about wall of sound versus a stripped down kind of empty sound. This is kind of a wall of sound because we've got all voices going. Some are sustaining the whole time. Some are, one of them is going oh, 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 that thing. Then we got Tim on the bass. It's a wall of sound, but it's like a very light wall of sound. You know, it's a wall, but it's just kind of like, it's just like giving you a hug a little bit. It's not like you're running into it. I think that's Rob doing the OOOs. I think that's Rob's voice.
I might not know the reason for the changing of the season, but I know how I feel about this when it comes to birds and the bees and chemistry, baby. You and me, we're a perfect fit.
Okay, well, Tim sounds fantastic on this as always. Now, normally when Tim takes a solo, Adam Chance takes over the bass line, but it looked like he was singing some of those do-do-do's. It didn't look like he was taking over the bass line in this case, so I wonder if this is one of those cases where they just multi-tracked Tim doing both the bass line and the solo at the same time. Watch this.
Not know the reason for the changing of the season, but
he's totally doing a do-do there, right? Not the bass line do-do.
I might not know the reason for the changing of the season, but I know
because the bass line is going dum dum dum, and I think that's still Tim's voice. So, home free experts, let me know if you guys know about how they structure their multi-tracking. I know they're like similar to voice play and pentatonics, in which they basically only write and perform arrangements that they can perform successfully live, because they are one of the few a cappella groups that like does go on world tour, performs all their music live. So yeah, drop a comment below if you have some insight about that.
I might not know the reason for the changing of the season, but I know how I feel about this when it comes to birds and the bees and chemistry, baby. You and me, we're a perfect fit. And
talk a little bit about Tim's technique here. This song, it's not big legato singing. It's very speech-like. So while of course there is pitch, obviously, and intentional pitch that does shift around, we don't get like, because there's so much text, we don't get like a big sweeping legato melody. It's much more speech-like. And so because of that, Tim is keeping like a nice forward country-like speech placement. American country is very forward. Now, I don't know if I would call this song country. I haven't heard the original. But that how Home Free sings a lot of the time is they have a very country-like, forward, twangy, bright placement in the sound, which is the American, that's how American country is spoken naturally. So they have that kind of built into their sound. And you hear that from Tim too. It's a very kind of forward, speech-like kind of thing. It's right here in your face, you know what I mean? And he's just kind of keeping, that's kind of like the rhythm of it. Very speech-like, very moving forward, right? He's not sagging back. It's not legato. It's like a moving forward, speech-like singing pattern here.
I might not know the reason for the changing of the season, but I know how I feel.
I might not know the reason for the changing of the season. You know, it's like, it's rolling.
About this when it comes to birds and the bees and chemistry, baby. You and me, we're a perfect fit in a world where anything goes. Out of control, girl, it's good to know there's a heart of gold and someone to hold back home waiting on me.
So that remained totally the same. Also, Adam Rupp, our beatboxer here, nothing heavy going on yet. It's mostly like it's almost like shakers for the most part.
There's a heart of gold and someone to hold back.
Some light snare, inward snare, I think, and like some shaker happening. And then the backgrounds totally remain the same that whole time until right at the end, they hopped on some of Tim's text.
Waiting on me.
Waiting on me. Just right there at the end. For the rest of the time, it was all syllables. It was all sustaining chords plus the do-do-dos. Right at the end, a couple of them jump on waiting on me with Tim. And I think Adam then hits this big, like this huge drum sound.
Oh, there's a heart of gold and someone to hold back home waiting on me. There's a lot of things I can't figure out, like how a 737 gets off the ground when a prayer goes up and answer comes down. What you doing with me right here, right now?
All right, so obviously, big drum pickup here from Adam.
Someone to hold.
Got a big kick and snare pattern coming in here. Really drives the song. So that's an obvious change. Let's see what's going on with the voices.
Back home, waiting on me. There's a lot of things I can't figure out, like how.
So harmonies. There's a lot of things I can't figure out. Harmonies happening, so we've got layered vocals here. Again, this is creating a bigger wall of sound. So we started out with a wall of sound, now we've got a bigger, more intense kind of slap in the face wall of sound.
Waiting on me. There's a lot of things I can't figure out, like how a 737 gets off the ground when a prayer goes up and answer comes down. What you doing with me right here, right?
So we do still have a couple voices sustaining vowel sounds like ooh, ah, that kind of stuff. And then we have a couple other voices actually singing the melody on harmony. So let's see if I can pick out who's doing what.
There's a heart of gold and someone to hold back home waiting on me. There's a lot of things I can't figure out, like how a 737 gets off the ground when a prayer goes up and answer comes.
Tim, Rob, Austin, I think, all singing the lead text on different harmonies. Chance holding pitch. Adam beatboxing, obviously.
What you doing with me right here?
There is definitely multi-tracking happening because I think we do have 3 lead voices singing the melody on harmony. The melody on harmony. The lead text on harmonies. And we have multiple voices also doing sustained vowel pitches, oohs, ahs, whatever it may be, which is not possible with 5 people. So there's definitely, so beatbox, 4 voices, there's definitely more than 4 voices singing right now in this studio recording.
When a prayer goes up and answer comes down, what you doing with me right here, right now? Why am I such a lucky man? Head on my shoulder,
The minor.
in my hand, it'll always be a mystery. Yeah, there's just some things I don't need to understand.
Oh, I really like the second half of that chorus, and I didn't expect it to change that much. So what are we in? We're in E major.
737 gets off the ground when a prayer goes.
G major. Oh no. You get an A major, the 5, I think.
I can't figure out, like how a 737 gets off the ground when a prayer goes up and answer
Yep, A major. Then we go to B minor. B minor. I think we got a B minor there. Oh, what? C sharp minor. Of course, yeah. We were in E major, 1, and then we went to A major, the 4, which I had as 5 in my head, and then we went to C sharp minor, which is the relative minor of E major. For some reason, I just mixed those up. That's what we're doing. So E major, A major, C sharp minor, and then I think back to the 5, B major, and then it resolves back to E major again. Comes down, what you doing with me right here, right now? C sharp minor, B major, back to the 4, and then a woo. What's going on there? So back to the 4, and then oh, it was just a inverted. There was a second in there from old Tim on the bottom. Always be a mystery. Yeah, there's just some things I don't need to understand. Ooh, what chord is that? Always be a mystery. Yeah, there's just some things I don't need to. We've got a 3 in there and a 2. So there's some added harmonies happening to build suspense before it resolves back to this. Back to the E major, resolves back to the E major. Cool. Interesting. So a little bit of added bonuses there. Also, for time reasons, I won't go back. And actually, yes, I'm going to go back. Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. So that was all harmonic breakdown. Let's see what's happening vocally when they switch to the C sharp minor. Answer comes down, what you doing with me right here, right now? Why am I such a lucky man? Head on my shoulder, hand in my hand, it'll always be a mystery. Yeah, there's just some things I don't need to understand. Yep. Okay, so the main change was first half of that chorus, we had multiple soloists singing the solo line together. I think Austin robbed Tim. But that second half, when they did that really cool transition to C sharp minor, it was just Rob. And all the other voices were on oohs, ahs, whatever the vowels were for the remainder. So it went from, that was a really cool way to kind of make a contrast for the first half and second half of that chorus. Nice. A mystery, yeah, there's just some things I don't need to understand. When you're rolling on this crazy ride, I don't know how my mind decides which moments become memories. You're gonna keep for life, come on, baby. I like Chance's voice. So there's less text in this verse. You remember Tim's verse? It was much more speaky. This one's a little bit more laid back. And Chance handles it very well. Again, similar backgrounds, but we did get a little more, I think, harmonic repetition of that lead line here. Let's see. When you're rolling on this crazy ride, I don't know how my mind decides which moments become memories. You're gonna keep for life, come on, baby. Just right there. I'm gonna keep the life, come on, baby. Just right there at the end there. So no, pretty much same amount of balance between vowel harmonization, vowel structuring in the background voices versus background voices mimicking or stacking along with the lead melody. What you say we make some more tonight. Oh, nice drum fill from Adam. Like how a 737 gets off the ground when a prayer goes up and answer comes down. What you doing with me right here, right now? Why am I such a lucky man? Head on my shoulder, hand in my hand. It'll always be a mystery. Yeah, there's just some things I don't need to understand. Oh, so what's different about the second chorus? Let's see if we can figure this out. Me right here, right now. Why am I such a lucky man? Head on my shoulder, hand in my hand. Nothing there. Where it goes up and answer comes down. Head on my shoulder, hand in my hand. It'll always be a mystery. Yeah, there's just some things I don't more drum fills from Adam. That's the main difference. I think vocally, harmonically, all that very, very similar first chorus to second chorus, which is standard. Usually it's the final chorus where a group, or even the original artist, and probably this case, I haven't heard the original song, as far as I know. The third chorus is where you add some parts, you add some juice. Usually first two choruses are pretty much relatively the same. So that checks out as far as what's standard in the music industry.
I'm such a lucky man, head on my shoulder, hand in my hand, it'll always be a mystery. Yeah, there's just some things I don't need to understand.
Up to a G sharp 4. And yes, it is a G sharp, not an A flat, because we're in E major. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E.
I don't need to understand how the moon causes
C sharp.
oceans to rise, and where the time goes when it flies.
There we go, some B1s there from Tim. We love hearing a little bit of especially low chesty notes from our man Tim. Love, love, love. Ooh, that's C sharp minor. Ooh, that's the 5B major. Ooh, back down to the A major, the 4. Ooh. Is that an inverted 5? Ooh, back to the A major. Ooh, then to the 5, but Tim goes dot, dot, dot. Okay. All right, so like I said, we come back to this final chorus and we've got some high tenor harmonies, full-on belting happening. Austin actually, we transition into this final chorus with Austin sustaining a belt. Hi, hey, what's up? I'm telling y'all, I've been working on my belting the last year. I can finally actually comfortably belt pretty high, which I'm very proud of. So I wouldn't do it if I wasn't proud of it, and if it wasn't new, I wouldn't do it. There you go, a high A belt from your boy. Obviously don't sound as good on that as Austin does, but here we are doing it anyway. I love that they transitioned into that final chorus. It's like I told you, the final chorus was going to be more hype, and what better to kind of prepare your palate for a hype chorus as Austin going, yeah! just belting us right into it, you know? And you feel it, you hear him revving up to it at the end of this bridge. Listen to Austin's trajectory as he builds up and then lands on that huge belt. I'll go back a little bit. And such a great contrast to right here, nothing's happening.
Where the time goes when it flies.
Oh yeah, it's a groove.
Why am I such a lucky man? Head on my shoulder, hand in my hand, it'll always be a mystery. Yeah, there's just some things I don't need to understand.
Bringing it back to where we started. Yep. Leaving us on that 4 chord. Leaving us right there on the 4. So it didn't resolve to the 1. We never made it back down to the 1. We never made it down here to the 1. So this song is an absolute bop. Wow, really fun. I haven't heard the original, so that's usually a part of my commentary, is doing a little bit of compare contrast to the original song, but I don't know the original song, so This is unusual in that way. But I think Home Free sounds super good on it. Their harmonies are so crisp. All the soloists sounded phenomenal. Adam's beatboxing was just enough. Not too much. Like a lot of tasteful fills. Just like you can have tasteful riffs, tasteful fills in the drums there. Just added to it. Enhanced the experience, enhanced the song. A very realistic bass line. I do actually appreciate when you get a like relatively normal bass line where most bass singers could do it. The only place where it gets out of normal bass range is when Tim hit those nice thick B1s in chest. That it requires a low bass to have those notes consistently for sure. Otherwise, though, like very realistic arrangement for people to do, for tenors to belt high A, nothing crazy. So I like that. I like when there's a very realistic arrangement that still sounds really good and still, like, not everything has to be impressive. You know, we definitely get, myself included, you know, the bass gang included, all these groups included. It doesn't have to be impressive, but a lot of us get caught up, you know, trying to show as much range as possible and as much bass as possible. And it takes a song like this to remind you that a cappella can be really great when it's a little simpler. You know, crisp harmonies, good solos, good perk. When I say perk, I mean vocal percussion, beatboxing, essentially. This was fun. This is like a nice palate cleanser for me. I've been listening to a lot more complicated, kind of heady music lately. You'll see some of the other groups. It's like a more intense kind of listening experience. Like for me, this was just a well-done arrangement. It sounds great because it's home free. And it was good. Like I like this song. Like I would listen to this song again multiple times. And you know that's part of it, y'all. Music is about enjoyment. You know, some music it is about having those transcendental experiences, transformative experiences. But some music is really just about listening, and enjoying. That's why I am such a huge fan of country music in general. It is like beer drinking music. Like there's so much country music that like just throw that on in the summertime with some cold beer. Man, that ain't nothing better, I tell you. You know, so I'm here for the simple stuff as long as it's executed well and sounds good. If it's simple and it sounds like trash, then that's a different story. Anyway, this is Home Free Understand. Throw a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on your thoughts. What's your favorite part of this song? What was your favorite part of Austin's solo or Rob's solo? Leave your thoughts below, guys. I'm interested to hear what you think of this piece. And consider donating to my Patreon, as little as $1 a month, with some very cool added new benefits. Just added some last week. Very exciting, especially for some of the upper tiers. Go check that out. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.